Today's show is going to be a wild ride, folks. A mix of unbelievable and spastic, so strap on your strap-ons. It's going to get bumpy. Irrelevant news. Kanye West made a big announcement yesterday.
Kanye West files to legally change his name. Just call me Ye.
I typically support most of Kanye's actions, folks, but not with this one. I mean, why couldn't he just go full-out Prince and change himself into a symbol? Anyway, folks, rapper Bazzi Badass thought it would be a terrific idea to go on a radio show and make some really awful comments about Lil Nozzex.
What about even saying, like, you would beat his ass? So, and I saw Lil Nas X responded to that. You think that's too far?
Nah, because I just be feeling like sometimes I gotta speak up because, you know, as far as straight people in the world, you don't have an opinion on sexuality.
Bazzi's correct, folks. Unfortunately, straight people are no longer allowed to express their sexuality in this brave new world that we live in. That's why just about a week ago, he uploaded this video to YouTube.
Bad bitches on four-wheelers, this faux shit. Money in everybody's pocket, no whole shit.
Straight people have it so hard nowadays, folks. It is so sad.
Everything is harm. If you say anything, I'm straight, I like women, it's vulgar to...
I don't know that's vulgar,
ain't true.
but...
Yes.
You know, folks, people have to understand that just because members of the LGBTQ community can be comfortably out nowadays, that comes as a great detriment to straight people. I mean, how are straight people supposed to continue pushing this monolithic idea of sexuality if they're just people out there celebrating every form of sexuality? Why should straight people feel like the odd person out for a smidgen of a second?
You can't brag on...
I just
really
think
smashing
that ain't
on
true.
your sexuality.
I don't
no
think
more.
anybody has a problem.
It's ran by.
Bazzi rappers been talking about fucking women forever in videos and they songs. That ain't changed.
You know, folks, the best part about this whole interview is that Bazzi is saying all these anti-LGBTQ statements while sitting in front of a pride flag. Anyway, folks, Lil Nozzex ended up indirectly responding to Bazzi.
The shit y'all say about me would drive me crazy if I didn't already love myself.
Oh, this is unbelievable, folks. Now Bazzi has to figure out another way to bring down Lil Nozzex. But in all seriousness, folks, how fucking stupid is Bazzi's logic? If anything, it speaks to his own insecurity about his own sexuality when confronted with somebody from the LGBTQ community who is very comfortable within their own sexuality. I mean, for how long have straight men and women expressed their sexuality openly in every type of event around the world, and now that there's a big figure who's just expressing their gay sexuality in a very open manner in all of their performances, all of a sudden, Bazzi gets tight. Now, if I were a betting man, folks, I would put all of my money that Bazzi saw this kiss that Lil Nozzex had at the BT Awards, and he just felt something, and he doesn't know how to deal with it. And speaking of dealing with something, TikToker Taylor Holder and washed-up reality star Harry Jowsey are going to box for some reason.
Y'all ready for me to sleep this punk? The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I cannot contain my excitement because I literally have none. However, I did see one comment that properly encapsulates the entire situation.
An infant can count how many pay-per-view this is gonna sell. Do infants know zero exists?
That's actually a terrific question. I never thought of that. Anyway, folks, Addison Ray was seen walking the streets of Hollywood with her unofficial boyfriend, Omar Fetty.
Have you picked out your outfit yet? Oh, what did you say? You're going to the Met Gala. That's so cute. Have you picked out your outfit yet?
I wonder what's going to happen when the actual Met Gala happens and people realize that the people on the list created by a fan page and that's been highly publicized by literally everyone on TikTok and Al Paparazzi are actually not at the Met Gala. I feel like the time-space continuum is just gonna crack.
At the Met Gala, Lady Gaga, waitress, can you get me a champagne? Addison Ray. I'm Addison Ray, Lady Gaga. Okay, Addison Ray, get me some champagne. I would do anything for you, Lady Gaga.
Anything? Because, you know, if Gaga went full Gaga, she would actually end up wearing Addison Ray as a dress because that would be the most Gaga thing ever. Anyway, folks, YouTuber Drew Monson returned to YouTube.
I feel like 500,000 different things have happened in the world and in my life and on YouTube that I don't know how to talk about, and I want to, but you expect me to, and that makes me scared, and I just want to get in bed and go like this for so long that I start drooling, which I do.
Well, it's good to see that we're all on the same page and have been basically doing the exact same thing the entire pandemic.
By the way, some of the videos people make about me, I don't watch them, but the thumbnail for them, they literally try to make it look like true crime. I'm like, calm down. Like, I stopped posting vlogs. I didn't die in a fire. Like, why is my name written in blood on your thumbnail? Like,
are you sure though, Drew? Like, are you really sure? You know, because we've seen some pretty wild things during this pandemic.
I just thought this was so funny, like along the lines of me leaving the internet and people having like theories about it. I don't remember if it was like Twitter or a comment somewhere. I swear I saw somebody say, Drew's like, okay, I saw him at the aquarium. He works there now in the stingray exhibit.
Well, that bit of information is most definitely true crime worthy. Somebody better investigate that.
Funniest part is, like, I swear like a week or two later, I saw somebody else, and by the way, I acknowledge that I read too many comments about myself, especially at this time, being like, no, Drew's good, I heard he works at an aquarium. Like, referencing that as a source, and it's like, I just work at an aquarium now.
It never ceases to amaze me just how quickly information spreads on the internet, especially if it's compelling enough, which makes that whole saying of a lie travels twice around the world before the truth even takes off like 100% more true. In fact, it often feels like being on the internet is like playing the world's biggest game of cordless telephone. Anyway, folks, Trisha Paytas was recently called out for their comments about the 20-year age gap in Keemstar's most recent relationship by YouTubers Adin Preach.
Man, I mean, you heard her last video, right? The brain's not fully developed till 25 for women and up to 30 for men. They shouldn't be able. The age of consent should be what?
25, she said.
Damn right. And if you get involved with these and you're much substantially older, what does that mean? That you're doing something predatory.
Go on.
She's got an OnlyFans, and she invited one of her backup dancers to do a video with her. She invited him to come do a scene with her, right? Clapping cheeks.
No.
Yeah, because she does that. She sells, you know, and I'm not mad at it. I'm pro that. Go do that if you want to do that.
Come on, get to the point.
So as a 31-year-old, she invited this 22-year-old to come do a scene with her.
But it's okay. 9 years.
But the brain's not fully developed.
Fair.
Can't consent.
Nope. Till 30.
You know, that is actually an interesting hypocrisy that they're pointing out, and Trisha calling out Keemstar for dating somebody 20 years younger than him, because Trisha did film a tape for their OF with somebody almost a decade younger than them, who, according to their own logic, wouldn't be able to consent to filming a video with Trisha because they're under 25 and their brain isn't fully developed, according to Trisha, thus they're incapable of consenting. Plus, there's a whole aspect of power dynamic where Trisha has talked about a lot. And this person was Trisha's backup dancer. So when you lay all of that out like that, it's one big hypocrisy cake just melting under the sun of perspective.
I just think it's so crazy that these people get online and act sanctimonious like they shit don't stink. Like they ain't never dated somebody who's substantially younger or been involved with them in a romantic capacity.
Now, folks, we've been through this enough to know that when Trisha makes any kind of point, whether good or bad, it's typically put into question by Trisha's hypocritical past, which typically doesn't align with the morality that they're trying to push as the backdrop for whatever they're advocating for. And as we've seen over the last year, Trisha is more than willing to lie and do whatever it takes to get the end result that they want in a situation. And speaking of Trisha, they recently made a pretty big update about their mental health on one of their channels.
But because I was referred twice to get this medication for schizophrenia, I was just like, well, I'm schizophrenic. Like, I'm hearing voices. I'm schizophrenic. Check. I am in fact not. And a lot of people have been saying that. So like, kudos to you for being online therapist and knowing that before me. I honestly was just like, I'm schizophrenic. It's like, that's what it is.
Well, I guess we all learned a very important, albeit very obvious lesson today. Don't self-diagnose and publish it on the internet for millions of people to see. Anyway, folks, Trisha's fiance, Moses Hackman, responded to a few tweets asking him why he and his sister, Ela Klein, no longer follow each other on Twitter and Instagram.
I didn't unfollow anyone. They blocked me, so it looks like I don't follow them. I'm not that petty. And on IG, why block that?
There are people speculating that it was maybe Trisha tweeting that from Moses' account, but who the hell knows at this point, folks? You can just hope that this family eventually works things out and comes back together, because you hate to see the family falling apart like this. And moving on from Trisha to the person they hate the most in the world, David Dobrik, who responded to 6ix9ine dissing him.
That's some real drama going on too. We're gonna have to get in the ring.
What do you have to say about what they said? They said something about your, I don't remember exactly what they said, but I just know they don't.
I'm just disappointed.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. I mean, I think they're joking around, and if they're not, it is what it is.
Folks, this is heartbreaking. 6ix9ine is going to be so disappointed. He's not going to get the beef with a YouTuber with 20 million subscribers. Well, I don't know how he's going to take this news. Anyway, David also responded to Pewdiepie, making some very harsh comments about David's home.
Unbelievable.
What do you have to say about that?
Doesn't have personality.
He says. Yeah, he says
that's
David being a sociopath and lacking an actual personality. I think that shows in his house.
This is some of the worst news I've received all day. This shit, Nelly and I will talk about this. We're going to move.
You know, it's interesting that David Dobrik got more insulted that Pewdiepie said his house had no personality than the fact that Pewdiepie called him a sociopath. And speaking of sociopaths, Keemstar, he's been talking about himself a lot lately.
Me and the girlfriend have broken up.
Oh no. Anyway, anybody know how to melt an ice cube? I heard it's super difficult.
I know. Sad, 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 sad.
Oh, well, it's good to see that Keemstar is expressing his sadness so openly. Maybe it's the first step towards him developing actual human qualities.
Things happen, you know? Not everything is forever. But the good news is I am currently single and accepting applications.
Pardon me, folks. I almost lost my lunch there. But you know, folks, at the end of the day, it's not all loss. I mean, Keemstar will always have the great memories that he was able to make with his girlfriend in the 2 or 3 weeks that they were together. Like the time that they went on Adin Ross's stream and Keemstar was just completely humiliated by everybody on the stream.
Yeah, like, oh shit, so now he's fucking famous somehow and I'm famous.
Yo, you're in trouble. Why?
Oh shit.
That crypto shit.
No. No.
Hey, Steve, get his ass in right now.
I am at a complete loss of words, folks, so I'm just going to let this next video speak for me.
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
Is it just me, or is this low-key footage from a cult seconds after somebody told them to not drink the Kool-Aid because it was poisoned?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Hey, how we doing, though? Real good. You good? I just did a podcast with Tana Mojo. It was so raw, so real. Hey.
Yo, buddy.
Jesus, bro, you scared the fuck out.
Don't judge Keemstar too much, folks. He's more used to hanging out with middle schoolers at T-ball games, okay?
This is my girlfriend, Jossie.
Nice to meet you.
You can say hi right here to the camera. I'm 39, she's 20, so he came at me like, call me a creep or whatever. And he was like saying that I had like a little dick, my dick didn't work as shit, and he got in trouble with YouTube. Damn. So he's on the fence.
See, what do you think about that?
No. You know, the best part about this clip so far is seeing a whole bunch of people react in real time to not giving a fuck about Keemstar's obsession with Ethan Klein, just like the rest of the world.
Yo, he legitimately went on his show. This motherfucker went on his show. He said he was on antidepressants, and the side effects were that he didn't have feeling in his dick. Projection. He was trying to put that on me.
Where the fuck did he just go?
This guy is so excited to talk about the most meaningless shit that nobody gives a fuck about. People are just like so over this whole situation, and he just keeps talking and talking and talking about it. And the worst part about all of this is that he has literally zero self-awareness about it. Like, he actually thinks that anything he's saying matters right now. If I were to do a very superficial reading of everything I'm seeing right now, I would say that Keemstar has some very serious trouble reading any type of social cues. And if you needed any more confirmation, this entire video just shows that this man's entire personality is hating Ethan Klein. He literally has nothing else to contribute to the world.
The lie detector, the hood lie detector, the test. Stop the cap. Hold on. Bring it down. Bring it down. Please, calm down. It's gonna be alright. Let's take it back down.
Why does he have to be so extra with his laughs? I mean, can you imagine him in a comedy movie? Like, the guy would literally get kicked out of the movie theater, or he'd have to get the whole thing for himself because it would literally be unbearable to be sitting there watching somebody crack a joke and you just see somebody running up and down the aisle laughing maniacally. Like, what the hell is that?
Did you have any intention? I'm not gonna lie, it might go down. No. Absolutely not. Alright, Keems. Alright, bro. Alright, bro.
You know, I never thought I'd actually witness in video the moment where somebody decided to break up with another person, but here we have it.
If you ever looked at your ass.
No, he slapped her ass on video.
Yeah. That was a part of the... That was a part of the video, the Truth or Dare video.
That's so a given, right?
This video explains so much about why this man is the way he is. And now, palate cleanser.